Just look at this crappy weather today. Sad. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today I actually thought we were going to be working on the Dodge Charger right here, and unfortunately I did order some spacers and I'm waiting on some new titanium hardware for the wide body kit, which I don't have in just yet. The spacers ended up coming in, but the titanium hardware is still yet to show up, so I can't really start on the wide body kit, which is still sitting right here in my garage. There's a bunch of pieces. I don't know if you've seen the last video or not, but go ahead and watch that if you haven't already. So I'm still waiting on those pieces to come in until I can finally start the build. So I thought in the meantime, let me just continue working on the E30 here and get whatever I needed done on here. So for today's video, we're gonna be working on the E30 intake right here. So as you can see, this thing is pretty beat up. I need to go ahead, take this thing apart, clean it all up, make it look as new as possible, and then put it back into the car. I am gonna get rid of this OEM box because it just doesn't look good. And I got the KA Motors adapter for any type of cone filter that you want to put on there. This is the little gasketing, and it's got some clamps to tighten up some other things that I need to tighten up. For example, this was pretty loose. This was not here before, so I put this one on just now. And I just need to make this engine bay look a lot nicer. So unfortunately, we are gonna have to wait just a little bit longer for the wide body kit progress to start. But until then, we'll continue working on the E30 here, get this up and running. If you haven't seen the new video on the taillights, they look amazing. But yeah, let's run to AutoZone, grab some, what did we need to grab? Oh yeah, I need to grab a cone filter. I need to go stop by Eastwood Hardware. Luckily, there's an Eastwood Hardware right by my house, and I need to go get some nice 2K primer because I hate that cheap Rust-Oleum stuff. I just want to do it nice, do it right. And so I'm gonna go there, and then I'm actually gonna check if they have some seam sealer because I know I'm gonna need seam sealer for the Dodge Charger build and get everything wrapped up once I cut up the fenders and stuff, get that nice and sealed. So on days like this when it's raining, I don't end up getting some rust on my car. So let's head on over. I don't feel like driving my car today, so I'm gonna be driving my wife's car, the nice daily for the daily. Unfortunately, Eastwood's was closed today, so I'm not really sure why. Mostly everything else is open, but I guess for now we'll just go home. I'll show you guys what I did get from Advanced Auto Parts, and we'll just wait till tomorrow to get it started. So it's the next day now. I went ahead yesterday, and this is the filter that I picked up. As you can see, it is white. Unfortunately, I didn't want to go white. I did want to go red or black because I know it is gonna get dirty, and white is gonna get a lot dirtier faster than red or black would. The only reason I did end up getting this one was because this one fits a 3-inch, a 3.5, and a 4-inch adapter. I wasn't really sure which size adapter this was. It's looking like a 3-inch, but I wasn't really sure, so I went ahead and picked up one that was adjustable. But I think it should look good since it is white and we have white here. It is gonna get dirtier faster, but I think it should look pretty good. As you can see, this entire airbox is pretty beat up. So one, it'll look a lot nicer with just a cone right here. And two, if this ever gets dirty or it needs to be changed, we can just throw it out, get a new one, and quickly put it back in. Versus this one, it's kind of a hassle. So just pulled out the entire airbox, and now you can see how dirty the entire airbox is. This thing is pretty beat up. As you can see, you have, I guess, the top coat of this chipping. This is just super brown, dirty, and nasty. And this is what we're gonna get cleaned up today. We're gonna make it look factory again with a primer color. Try to get rid of as much gunk here as possible, get it looking nice, and then get rid of this entire big clunky box and put that on. So it should look a lot nicer, and it should save a lot of space in the engine bay because this is only this big, that filter is only about this big, so this entire little bottom area can go. Alright, so we got the entire piece off, and now you can see how dirty it is, and that's sitting down here. I did break a clip, which sucks, right there. Broke that, but you can see how dirty this is and like how restrictive it is in terms of airflow. This new filter should let a lot more air go in towards that, and then in return into the engine. Mind opening this? So once I unboxed it, it doesn't really look as white as it does on the box. It's like a gray color. So I think overall it should look pretty decent in the engine bay. Let me see. See how it fits or how it looks. So it looks somewhat like that. So it doesn't look too bad. But obviously this is gonna have the little box right here, so it'll sit somewhat like this. And I think it looks good. So let's go ahead, clean that up, paint it. Where's the paint that I got? This is the expensive $20 paint that I got from Eastwood, not that cheap Rust-Oleum stuff. So I'm gonna repaint it this color to look like factory, and then I just got some Scotch-Brite just to clean it up as much as possible before we actually paint, just so it just lasts a little bit longer. No, this is the trashiest tape job I've ever seen in my life.
Hella professional, bro.
Alright, but yeah, so now it's time to paint. So we'll take it outside. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Last time I was painting inside the garage and I got overspray on the E30. And then I just spent the next hour cleaning up the hood of the E30. But yeah, so now we just gotta paint this. I'm not really too worried about the bottom side because you're never gonna see it. So it's mainly this. I got it cleaned up as much as possible. And then now it's just time to spray.
Is it just me, or I love that paint smell?
Yeah, you're cracking. That's what
You don't?
No, I do too. That and gasoline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that looks so much better, man.
So yeah, basically just a super light coat. You can kind of tell how light we did it, and it already looks so much better. But I'm just gonna do 3 light coats and then 1 heavy coat at the end just to make sure it's durable enough. And then we're gonna go put on the little cone filter, and once we put that on, we should be good to go to put this back in the car. So we got all the tape off. Everything is dry now to the touch. As you can see, we did have like a small chemical reaction right here, but I'm not worried about it too much. Yeah. Now we just gotta put this on. I was gonna use a stock hardware, but they did give new hardware for it, so I guess I'll just use this instead, and we'll get this on. So this adapter, you can get this from KA Motors, and it's pretty cheap. I think it was $17. You can get the KA Motors adapter plus their carbon fiber intake, which is like I think 12 inches or something like that, but I don't want to spend that much money and then have a piece that's not replaceable like a cone is. So that's why I went with $17 adapter, and this thing fit up perfectly, all the holes lined up. You will need this hardware that doesn't have washers built in, otherwise it will hit this cylinder head, whatever you want to call this. But now we just got to throw in the the cone, and that's it. Oh wait, before you do that, put the clamp on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So luckily, when you get this kit or this cone from Advanced Auto Parts, they give you this large band that you can tighten it down. And usually people run like a little adapter from here to the actual cone, but I don't want to do all that. So for the time being, I think I'm just gonna run it like this, and eventually add another tube from here down to the cone, and then have the cone sit farther down near the bottom of the bumper, just so you get better cold air. But for the time being, I think this will do, and just make the engine bay look a lot nicer, which is the end goal right now. So for right now, it'll sit like that until we get a longer tube to sit here, and then we're gonna need to create a little bracket just so we have this sitting in the right spot. As of right now, we lost that little mounting bracket, which is, where is it? Yes, one of these holes which mounts up to that bracket right there. So I think we're gonna make another one ourselves. But for the time being, this thing shouldn't really move anywhere. It's pretty solid, so I think we'll be fine.
Looks like a brand new part.
So unfortunately, yesterday the camera died and I wasn't able to show you guys the final product of the car, but I do want to show you guys this. Yesterday we were out here working t-shirts, painting painting the part, and now there's just 6 inches of snow on the ground. The Charger over there just covered. That thing's not moving. I can't drive that since that's rear-wheel drive. I will never drive this car in the snow. Neither will I drive the Corvette. So I'm just kind of stranded at home. My wife's not home, she's at work, so I don't even have her car to use, but that's besides the point. This came out absolutely amazing. So one thing I will notice is that this just makes the entire engine bay look so much nicer and cleaner. Obviously, we're gonna get everything else done around here as well, but for the time being, I think this made a big difference. And I'm kind of glad that we went with the white cone because it doesn't really look white. It looks gray. It kind of matches this more than the white over there. So I'm kind of glad we went with that. This is how it looked from up top when you first look at it. And yeah, I think it was a very good idea to take this apart and take the time doing something small like this. This is just one step to getting this engine bay completely redone. I am gonna take everything apart, paint what I can, powder coat what I can, and eventually get the entire engine bay just looking brand new again. That's the end goal, so I guess this is just one step part of the process. We do need to start the car up, just make sure everything's running fine. Yesterday we did start it up for like 30 seconds and it was idling rough, but I don't think I gave the ECU enough time to adjust to the change, so let's go ahead, start the car up. And I was really hoping to drive it, but I really don't want to drive it. So weird. Only in Maryland will it be 65 one day and then just snow 6 inches the next. That's gonna be it for this video. I know you guys were excited to get into the wide body install, but I got the spacers in, just waiting on the wide body fender flare hardware to come in, and then we can get that process started. I'm guessing this weekend we'll go ahead and get that started. I'm super excited, so stay tuned. You don't wanna miss that. And then obviously we got E30 content constantly coming in to the channel, and eventually we're gonna start working on this beauty right here. I know I have a lot of new subscribers. These are the 3 cars I have right now. Next we'll focus on that big boy and then continue working on this, just getting this SEMA grade build. That's the end goal for this one. But stay tuned, subscribe, comment what you thought of the new intake. I think it looked great. I think it came out great, so this is something anyone else can do at home if they wanted to too. It only takes a few hours, so like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.